All right, what is up? Welcome to my review of The Cabin Factory. The Cabin Factory came out, where's the mouse? Right here. Cabin Factory came out in 2024, last year, December 13th. Not bad. Not bad. We're not off by a lot. I'll play some random games and I'll look at the times they come out. It's like 2010. I'm like, holy shit, how'd I miss it? So, the main premise of the story, or what the game is about, is your job at the cabin factory is simple: inspect the cabins and decide on whether they're haunted or not. If you do find any abnormalities, get out immediately. So, this is the first game I've ever played with abnormalities, and this was one of the first horror games that I have played where paying attention to the little details has become a very big thing in most of the horror games that I seem to find myself in. The alien cube, I missed a shovel for like 30 minutes that was leaning on a wall where I was looking fucking like 7 times. All right. This one, there were multiple anomalies. There's a hand under the bed that I didn't see. There's a cup on the table that does move, and a few other things that I just missed. I don't know them all. All right, I can't name them all off the top of my head because it's been a little bit since I've played this game. I do apologize for that. I should work towards reviewing games the day I beat them or within like a 2-day span of them being beat. It would probably make for a better review. With that being said, though, I did have a great time with this game. The game scared me. There were good jump scares. It's actually a jump scare you activate in here, so sorry to ruin that one for you. But so I was playing this game and a viewer was like, hey, did you turn the jump scares on? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, turn the jump scares on? So, like I go there and I click it. Lo and behold, it just throws one in your face. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that. That'd be something fun to find on your own if you went to the settings, or just like in my experience, someone comes in and they're like, hey, man, have you seen the fucking jump scare? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Because in my head, I'm like, oh, maybe I have to turn them on. Maybe that's why the last 2 cabins haven't even been scary. But no, it's just a big middle finger to the person playing the game. Funny. I like that. I can get behind that. I'm going to go through the tags and then let you know how I feel about that. Then maybe talk about the game a little bit more. Horror, yes. Psychological horror, 100%. Walking simulator, yes. Choices matter. No. Yes and no. Right? So let's say it's a house. It's one of the cabins. I can't call it a house. It's a cabin. One of the cabins that has abnormalities in it, but you don't catch it. Right? I guess the only choice you have is danger or clear. And if you click clear, you're wrong and it restarts you. Those are the biggest choices you'll run into. Maybe when you're running from one of the entities, you just stand there and let it fucking kill you. But then you just restart. So, like, choices matter to me seems kind of, I don't know. Immersive sim, if you got both headphones in and the lights are turned off, yeah, probably. Atmospheric, yeah. First person, yes. Adventure, kind of a bland adventure, but yeah, sure, why not? 3D, for sure. Simulation, why not? Realistic, yes. Graphics are beautiful. Logic, probably, because you got to use your brain, which I didn't fucking use, so it is what it is. Choose your own adventure. No. No, what? No, it doesn't make sense to me. Choose your own, that doesn't, maybe. I don't know. You could just choose wrong all the time or right all the time. I don't know. Neither here nor there. Survival horror, I mean, I guess since you can restart, yeah, sure, but no, like, I wouldn't call it a survival horror game. That's not what I would envision a survival horror game to be, but that's what it says. Whatever. Dark, yeah. Single player, yeah. Multiplayer, I had no idea, and I'm pretty sure it's not, so whatever. Indie, oh, 100%. And female protagonist, yes. Yes, indeed. The reviews on Steam are very positive, and I would have to agree with that. I would definitely have to agree with that. I had a good time with the game. Like I said, the graphics were good. The story, if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it, right? If you don't do the tiny minute things like get the achievements like we did, where you have to run to the mother, and I'll just break down how to get it from the top of my head if I can remember. The mom stands on the front porch in one of the cabins. She's in the picture, then she's not. She's on the front porch. Stare her in her fucking beady little eyes, and dialogue will pop up. The dad is outside behind a window. There's multiple things that could happen with him behind the window, so, good luck finding the right one. Run up there, stare him in his beady little fucking eyes. There's also a daughter and a son. These ones are a little bit more difficult, I guess, to find, because if you're not paying attention, you'll just run by them. Also, I think you can get both of them in the same scenario. I could be wrong, so if I'm wrong on that, say something, let me know. But if you're running into the cabin, there's stairs going up. If you look under those stairs, there might be the little girl, right? So if the little girl's under there, stare her and her beady little fucking eyes, boom, you get some lore. I think on that same cabin, you can go up the stairs and the little boy is sitting on the ground. You're going to want to stare at him, right? But he's sitting on the ground the whole time, all the time, I think, most of the times. You're going to want to make sure he has a bread on the ground on a plate and no blanket on his head. So if you can find both of those in the same scenario, which I'm assuming you can, from what I saw when I did my editing, I was like, oh, fuck, I could have probably just did that, but I don't know. Don't hold me to that. I don't know. You're going to have to test that on your own. I'm not going back to find out. So that's how you would get all the achievements. And basically, the game in its entirety is the same cabin over and over. And there are different changes that could happen. That took me a second to realize. I'm like, when are we going to fucking new cabin? You don't get a new cabin. It's the same cabin. And the goal is to remember what's out of place or remember what goes where, basically. So if something moves, fuck off, that's danger. If something makes a noise, fuck off, that's danger. But there's also things like the radio. The radio might be on, and that's not danger. So be careful. There's also tiny things, like I said in the beginning. If you're not paying attention, you're going to miss them. But all in all, to get the first ending, you need to secure 8 cabins, we'll call it, right? There's 8 little lights on top of the danger clear box. Light all 8 of them up, boom, first ending. You're going to then, to get the final ending, have to go through all the other scenarios, and I think when you're done, you have something roughly, unless you failed like I did because you're an absolute idiot. You, probably like 26 to 28 or 29. I don't know the total scenarios. Maybe here in Steam it'll say something. No. Nothing on the actual game page. I could probably open the community thing and it would say something. I'm not going to do that. Just assume that it's roughly probably like 30 to 40 different scenarios you can walk into. And that's a wide range, but I'm assuming it's probably less than 40. Majority of them are scary cabins. There are less good cabins than there are scary cabins. I know that from reading a guide on how to get the achievements. Because when I first played, we got to the end, and I got so annoyed by the end of my stream that I was ready to play another horror game or play another game. I don't remember what game I went to. It's been a while. But I got stuck on one because I was too quick. You know, I was running in. I was like, I don't want to fucking be in here. I was scared. It's a horror game. You know, I'm not good with horror. I'm getting better. Not a big pussy. I'm just a tiny one now. So you would run in and you're like, ah, fuck. Or I would run in. You didn't run in. You probably had bigger balls than me. I ran in. I'm like, oh, God. Oh, fuck, I'm scared. And I didn't pay attention. The two that I struggled with the most were the cup and the hand. The cup I got by sheer fate and luck on its own. The hand is the one thing that I missed. There is a bed on the ground level where there's a hand. And for probably 30, 40 minutes, I'm just fucking pissed without even realizing that, man, Nate, maybe you turn your fucking head a little bit and look at the ground or actually inspect the cabin like you're supposed to. So when it comes to games like this where abnormalities matter or like you're in the same room or going through the same, I guess, hallway or whatever. I saw a free game with a concept like this, and it's just for a hallway, which we'll probably end up playing. It's probably already in my library. I have way too many games. And these types of games, you want to take your time, regardless if your fucking asshole is clenched, and just deal with the fact that you're going to be feeling like you're on edge. I didn't, for whatever reason, enjoy that. I mean, like, why play the fucking horror game if you're not going to enjoy what the horror game is supposed to make you feel like? Some people out there play horror games and they act like grown men. I play a horror game and act like a small girl. So, is what it is. Getting better. I'm almost like a teenager now. You know, like a pubescent teen at horror games. I'm not a baby. I'm just getting somewhat better. But all in all, if I had to rate the game, due to the fact that it scared me, due to the fact that I had a good time playing it, I got a good amount of engagement while I was playing it. So that was a first for me when it came to, like, I guess, streaming the stuff. So all in all, my experience with it was good. Yours may be different, but I highly recommend this game to anyone who wants to play it. It's a fair price at $3 fucking $2.99. Not many games with the quality that you'll get here, and the story. I mean, arguably, we could look at how long it takes to beat, which I have pulled up over here. It says the main story is 56 minutes. Main plus extras about an hour and a half, and completionist is about an hour and a half, unless you're Nate. It was probably a fucking 3-hour venture for me. Yeah, 3.3 hours I put into this fucking game. And one of those hours was at the end when I was searching for the little boy, and I just couldn't find him for the life of me. So, if you want to see those, part 1 and 2 are over there on YouTube. I don't have them in the video. I don't know how to do that shit. So it's like, just go to my channel. Should be under there. The Cabin Factory playlist. Or don't. You don't have to. You can just go buy it and play it yourself. That's fine too. You watched it this far. So, if I had to rate it, let's do something generous. 7.8 out of 10. I liked it. Definitely very grateful to it, because if I didn't play this game and I played some other abnormality games, I would have just got mad. Like, at least this one I got mad and had a good time doing it. Had to go back to it twice, beat it, took a day off, came back, and I'm like, fuck, we're just gonna get the rest of this shit. We might as well, because my buddy was like, oh, there's a different ending. There is a different ending. When you unlock everything, it's different. Not that different. Didn't miss much, but still had a good time. Got a couple extra scares, got all the achievements. It was fun. So 7.9 out of 10, and I highly recommend you try it, or at least watch my videos. So, like, comment, subscribe, say something nice, say something mean, and until the next game.